Okay, so we have an example problem. It's a word problem, so we can kind of see how this applies to real life. We have Keisha and her friends. I don't know why Keisha gets a name and her friends do not. I don't know how many friends there are, but Keisha is the popular one, the famous one. She actually gets her name mentioned in a math book. Her friends will go down in forgetfulness. I don't know. Oblivion is the word that came to my mind. Keisha and her friends visit the concession stand at a football game. Okay, so they go to a football game, go to the concession stand to get some food. The stand charges. So we have at the stand we've got hot dogs, and those are $2. $2 for a hot dog, and $1 for a drink. Okay. The friends buy a total of 8 items. So eight items, and they spend $11. All right, so how do we figure this out? Well, we kind of work, okay, so what we need is we need to come up with 2 equations. We know that hot dogs and drinks cost $2 and $1 respectively. Okay, so what we can do is we know that, let's say hot dogs are X. It won't let me write my X. Okay, hot dogs are X, drinks we're going to call Y. And so we know that they bought a total of 8 items. So they bought some hot dogs, they bought some drinks, and that equaled 8 items. We also know that $2 per hot dog plus $1 per drink, I'm not going to write the 1, but it's there, has to equal $11. And we have now 2 equations. We have x plus y equals 8, and we have 2x plus y equals 11. Now, there's 2 different ways we could do this, but we haven't gone over standard form. So there's one way we can do this. We need to have both of these in slope-intercept form. The y equals mx plus b. Okay, so for the rest of your life, for always, remember y equals mx plus b. Name your pets y equals mx plus b. That way you'll never forget it. Your goldfish can be, hey, mx plus b, u equal y. I don't know. Anyway, name your pets y equals mx plus b so that you always remember this because it's super, very important until you stop using math. Okay, so for our first equation, we need x plus y equals 8. We need to get that in y equals mx plus b form, which means this x cannot stay on the same side with the y. So we're going to have to subtract x from both sides, and that gives us, those are going to cancel, y is going to equal negative x plus 8. Okay, that is our items equation. That's our items equation. Okay, the other equation we need, we're going to take that 2x plus y equals 11. And again, we don't want that x and the y, they don't like to be on the same side as each other. So we're going to subtract the 2x from both sides. And y equals negative 2x plus 11, because those are going to cancel out. If you have questions about that, ask King Henry VIII. Okay, so y equals negative 2x plus 11, and y equals negative x plus 8. Now we just need to graph both of these. So let's start with our green line. Our y-intercept is at 8. So we're going to go up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might have a bit of an issue with the red dot, but that's okay. And then our slope is just negative 1, right? There's nothing in front of that x, but we could say there's a negative 1 in there, which means we just go down 1, over 1, down 1, over 1. And we could keep doing that until, well, forever. And so then we're going to draw our line from that one, approximately. Okay, so this is our line for the number of items. Now, you'll notice that I just went from axis to axis because we cannot buy negative items. We're not selling items. And yeah, that's really all there is to that. Okay, we can't have negative hot dogs. We can't have negative drinks. They're all going to be positive. Okay, now our other one, we have to start at 11. Let's see, that green one's at 8, so 9, 10, 11. That's way up here at the very top. And we have a slope for this one is down 2 over 1, so negative 2. So down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Almost got the green line that time. Down 2 over 1. And now you can see where it's going to cross. Spoiler alert. Okay, so let's fill that in, maybe. The ruler will. Close enough. All right, so I'm going to trace that through. That's off a little bit, but that's okay. We can still see where it crosses, right? That's going to bother me. Maybe if we go under it instead of over it, it'll work better. Maybe if I were not left-handed, this would work better. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll go with that. Oh, I went a little too far. Just pretend that didn't go across, because we can't. I mean, it's not going to. That's saying that our drinks went negative, and that can't happen. Okay, so we see where these two lines intersect. This one is at 0, 1, 2, 3. So our x is 3. So this little dashed line is just to show that it goes to 3. And then our y value right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this point right here where they intersect, x is 3, y is 5. And now we have a point where the two graphs cross, but what does that mean? Well, if we go back to the original problem, for some reason they couldn't figure out how many hot dogs and how many drinks they bought, and so they needed us to figure it out for them. They only knew that they bought 8 items and that it cost them $11. Well, what this means is because our x, right, our x is 3, that's our hot dogs. So they bought 3 hot dogs. And our y, that's our drinks, they bought 5 drinks. And does that make sense? 3 plus 5, that would be 8 items, right? And then hot dogs are $2 each, so 3 times 2, that would be $6. And 5 times $1 is $5, and that is $11. So that is the solution. Okay, there's an example. Keisha and her friends, her unknown friends, they helped us out.